it's hard to get you to believe me, but I just want you to know that if you're ever feeling down or depressed, and you just feel like everything's wrong in life and you want it to stop, just know that there are people there for you, whether you're aware of it or not. It's a really hard time for you, I promise you. It takes time and a little bit of effort. I know you won't believe me at first, but you just have to have a little bit of faith and a little bit of hope. If you're listening to this, just know that I believe in you. You can do it.
Welcome to Dyke River Dye Works. Welcome to sunny Lower Creek, and welcome to DRDp7. My name's Kay. You can find me on Ravelry as Andelaine K. You can find me on Instagram as Andelaine_K. I had to think about that. And right here on YouTube. I'll put all this up on a screen at the beginning. I think I may have already done that. Don't know. Can't remember. Yeah. So grab a cuppa, grab a friend, literally, if you want to. Yeah, we'll get down to doing some yarny, crafty, arty, party stuff. Whatever makes you happy. Maybe not everything that makes you happy. See today. It's been a while. I've had a birthday. I went and visited my daughters and grandkids. Spent some good time in Queensland. I've joined a spinning group. I found one. Yay! With in Armidale. I found them. Yes, I found them online actually. So it's really cool. I can actually socialise. It's getting a bit weird. Anyway. I've been doing some hand dyeing, some eco dyeing, knitting, crochet. Haven't been doing much artwork. Kind of gone a bit on the artwork front. Mental health wise, yeah. Had a few issues, not so much mental health wise, but yeah, going through the whole medical, that. I finished cardio rehab, yeah, that song. I got a graduation certificate. Yeah. I've made some purchases. I got a birthday present. And yes, it's a little leather square thing. I've got a Leatherman. My husband gave me a Leatherman. I've always said that happiness is a sharp blade. A little bit. Yes. And I keep on asking him, you got a blade? You got a blade? You got a blade? You need pliers, working and doing things, or working with mainly yarn or out in the paddock doing things. You got a pair of pliers? So he got me a Leatherman. And I think they're fabulous. They're like a Swiss Army knife. And there's, pointy nose pliers. Making stitch markers and all that sort of thing. I don't have to borrow his all the time. So, yes. And the blade is exceptionally sharp. Yes. And the first time I was playing with it, I decided, get everything out and have a look at it, and made it look like a Swiss Army knife with all the gadgets out and about. And as I was closing it up, I then sliced myself, didn't I? Good on me. So I can't put it in the right way now. Okay, it's childproof. Oh my god. There we go. And he bought me a belt as well. So, because I've lost enough weight that I need a belt. And I put that on. And yeah, Leatherman. Very cool. Not your standard sort of lady's birthday present, but anyway. It's me. It's Lower Creek. You get that sort of thing. Oh, I also went out for the first time. I've been working up to it, doing exercises and all that sort of thing. Going out onto the fire ground. We've had some pretty severe bushfires around here of late, and it's been a goal for me to get back out on the fire ground. The goal being, like, physically I couldn't cope with it anymore. I just got too fat, honestly, and I was flat out lugging my own body around, let alone jumping in and out of trucks, going into stressful situations and doing all that sort of thing. Just couldn't cope. Then I had the heart issues, had the heart attacks, and that was ruled out completely. So I'm coming back, and this last couple of fires I've been out on, and I passed. I'll insert a photo here that was taken. There was a moment where I was mentally challenged again. One of the reasons I stopped going out on the fire ground was because me and my husband, we were overrun. He was overrun. I would smoke inhalation, a whole really bad scenario. And it set me off on a PTSD merry-go-round with that. I went back out there, and it was the same place that we were overrun, and Raspberry Road. Now, I know there are, if you know Raspberry Road, it's out to get me. I'll insert the photo here that was taken from somebody from vehicles behind me. Yeah, it got a bit hot and it got a bit scary, and I passed and I was out of there. So yes, I went out again, and I'm the driver. Raspberry Road, I was the driver, and I had to go on the hose out at Sandy Creek, and found that physically, movement-wise, yes, I could cope with it. I know what I'm doing, not terribly confident, but Felix was there showing me, telling me that was good. Just to reinforce what I already knew. It wasn't too bad. I drived and survived. So I suppose I'm gradually going back into being able to function as a firefighter. I still find it scary, and mentally I still have a lot of hurdles to talk myself through, but I think I'll get there. Yeah, so that is not yarny related, that's just sort of life sort of things, but that's what happened between me talking to you last and now. There you go. What else is there? Went to Queensland, and I'll insert some photos here of my crocheted finished object, Blurt. Hi, Here I am in sunny Narangba, Queensland. Yes, it's not Lower Creek. I'm visiting my daughters and my grandies for a couple of days, and yeah, enjoying the change. Yes, enjoying the change and enjoying seeing them. I don't see them very often at the moment. So, oh, look at this! I made a foot. For my grandson's birthday, I was thinking, okay, where in the scheme of things is he? He's the second eldest boy. Yeah, he's 5. It's Micah. I'm making him this. I've made it up. I wanted to make him a puppy dog. Oh, look at that! That's a bit of my hair. So I crocheted into his eyeball. Good on me. I've yeah, a stuffy for his bed. A stuffy, a cushion, whatever, a cuddly thing for his bed. Puppy dog, I don't know. Kind of looks a little bit like. It started out being like Gromit, looking like Wallace and Gromit. Not quite so much now. And initially, his head was to be. This was to be the top of his head, and this was to be his nose down here. But it looked a bit weird, so I just turned it around, and yeah, actually looks better like that. The yarn that I'm using it's all acrylic, all fairly hard wearing, and I've held it double. It's a 12 ply, let me think, 4 seasons. There we go. 4 seasons? Yep, 4 seasons marble, 12 ply acrylic. In this brownie colour. Can you see it? Yeah. In this brownie colour, held together with a beigey, do they call it taupe or ecru, or a light brownie colour. Eyes, safety eyes. Yeah, what I was going to say. There he is. Oh look, he's flying. He's completely legless at the moment, but he'll have 4 of these, and I'll make up some pads and claws and things for him. Going to be a little bit longer, so when he's lying down, his legs will be out. So yeah, that's it. This is me just being picky. From his head down to his tail's on crooked. It's slightly off centre. Yeah. So there you go. What else can I say about it? Oh, the fibre filling, the stuffing, this stuff. Quite a while back, I bought some absolutely horrendous cushions, like a nylon-y, satiny, a white and a peacock greeny blue with sequins, and it came as a you buy a bed set, and there were free cushion covers that came with this bed set. They're not very nice. So what I've done is I've gutted them and stolen the fibre filling from these cushions. And yeah, I have a tendency to overstuff. I think his head's probably a little bit if he gets grabbed by the tail and thrown or used as a weapon, could actually, he's got a bit of heft in him. But there we go. So I'll have some photos when he's got all his legs. So there we are, from sunny Narangba. And I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but anyway. I'll probably see you back at Lower Creek. As I went along. His head, initially I was thinking of making a long snout with a bobbly head. And I made it. In that configuration, it kind of looked a bit phallic. Inappropriate. So what I did, when I was saying, oh, it looks a bit, yeah, not right. Yeah. So I turned it around. So I made the bulbous part his snout and just gave him a long skinny head, because then I thought, I've got to put ears on this thing. So I made big long floppy ears, which kind of made it look less, a lot less, yeah, phallic. Yeah, it turned out okay. I surprised myself. Made sure that I had to sew on the ears and the legs and the tail really, really well, because I was thinking, okay, the first thing it's going to do is, grab it by the tail, or is going to, swing it around by the ears and that sort of thing. Within the first 30 seconds, yeah, hanging it by the ear. But carrying it around, then he hopped on the lounge and, yeah, gave it a big cuddle and stayed with him. Whether he's still doing that, I don't know, but done deal. It's over. I've given it to him. He can do what he wants with it. Yeah, so that was Boris. The next, what else have I made? I've been hand carding fibre. Now, we'll go down to the studio. Hello. Here we are, down in the studio. And I've been working on this hand carder. I mentioned to you earlier that I managed to make, I'll just move this out of the way. This little belt, as you can see, it's a little bit loose, but it works. Yay! I still have to get the adjustment for the these two drums right, but so far so good. Yeah, I finally got the old girl in action, and as you can see, I've changed my shirt. We're going to go and be doing some garlic after I finish here. So yeah, wearing white and working in the garlic shed, not a good idea. Now, as you can see, right here in front of me, this is my general toolkit. I do recommend, wait a minute, I'll just go get a chair. There we go. I recommend that if you're living off-grid or anywhere, basically, for us crafty type people, to develop your own little toolkit. Now I'm saying little toolkit because with the crafting, I've found anyway, I don't need the big hammers and pliers and wrenches and all that sort of stuff. I have a little hammer, little pliers, little screwdrivers. I do have regular size pliers as well, but having smaller tools for smaller jobs is convenient. I have whatever this is, a screwdriver with a little ratchet handle attachment, and this extension bar in this socket is stuck permanently, courtesy of male man hands, forcing it in. Anyway, yes, my little toolkit gets borrowed, and I do have things that have never returned. So there you go. If you have the man in your life saying, "Don't borrow my tools," back at ya, buddy. They get borrowed and not returned, or not put back into the same spot. Now, it's okay for me to put things hither and yon, because I know where they'll be eventually. They're in that general vicinity. Little screwdrivers, yes. So, recommend Allen keys. Developing your own little crafting toolkit that's specific for your needs. I have other things. Now this is not a dentist's pick. It's stainless steel. It's got a point on one end with a little bent tip and a tiny crochet hook. It comes with the knitting machines. It's part of the knitting machine toolkits. What you use it for, I don't know, but it comes in handy. Old scissors, old dress shears, sort sharp. Here's me beeswax. It's a block that we got from Andrew at the markets. It smells fabulous, and I use it to wax the cotton. I'll wax this wheel. You can, I don't know if you can see, but I've got little bits of white around that. It's not actually white, it's rosin. I don't understand, I don't know where I got it. It was given to me, but rosin. Like grip. There you go. So I've got the Carter back in action. Yay! I was telling you about the alpaca. Now it was raw fleece that was given to me. Excuse me for the crinkling. A floof. Raw fleece, and it had vegetable matter and manky locks and all that sort of stuff. So I've combed it and carded it and turned it into roofing insulation. Huh? No. A bat of intensely soft and floofy caramel alpaca. So with this, I'll tear strips off it, put it through the carder and blend this, I think, with, I've got merino. I'll see if I can get hold of some other fibres. It still does have some vegetable matter in it, but compared to what was in it, bugger all, really. I'll see if I can blend this with other fibres. I'll see if I can get some silk or some bamboo. I really like silk. Try see if I can get hold of some silk, blend that with it. I may blend it with some more eco dye, merino. Yeah, I don't know. The possibilities. Oh, it is so... Compared to what it was, being crispy and all that sort of thing, I don't know how much that'll weigh, not much. Compared to what it was, being all crispy and hanky, it's so different. Sorry about that. I've been eco-dyeing, so I eco-dyed some fibre, and I've blended that with raw, I had some raw fleece alpaca. I washed the alpaca, picked as much vegetable material out of it as possible, and now I've blended that through the hand carder. is some crochet. Do you crochet? How did you learn to crochet? I think I was basically taught myself. I can't remember when I first started to crochet. Long time ago. I think I was still in school. Is something else. It's a rabbit that I'll be making, and I think I may have shown this maybe last. That's the body for it. It's going to be a long rabbit. Bit of anthropomorphication. Is that a word? Anthropomorphizing. Anthro something or other. And that'll be the head on it. Long legs. Yeah, so I'll try and get that done in the next week or so. That's on a... Oh, also got my little stitch markers. That one had a butterfly on it. And there was a cat. Oh, I think the cat's taking my butterfly off my stitch marker. Anyway, that's what that noise was. You know, in the middle of the night you hear this scraping noise and skittering around. Oh, they're playing with something. I bet it was my stitch marker. Anyway, and this one here. Oh, can we turn around? It's an owl. Hoot. Yep, there we go. So, my stitch markers. And what I've got here is I've never really taken part in Cal's crochet along, C-A-L, or Cal as in K-A-L, knit along, or there's Mal, which is make along. This one is a crochet along with is it Cherry Heart, the Cherry Heart podcast. She makes some fabulous I suppose blankets, and she makes a lot of stuff. Very talented lady. So I'm taking part in that, and I'm crocheting squares. I'll put links to this in the thing, Uzi What's It, below, so you can have a look. But I thought yeah, I'll get all enthusiastic. I'll get into this and I'll actually do this proper. And then I didn't read the instructions completely in my enthusiasm, and I've made these. Now, I crochet fairly loosely, so these squares are supposed to be 16 centimeters square. Mine are closer to 20 centimeters. Also, I'm not using the same yarn that they're using. I think the yarn that they may be using might be thinner, finer, and this is a DK weight, cotton acrylic. So there we go. I've got yellow ones, orangey, mild orange, red. And this was supposed to be their test square, tension gauge square. So you got the right size. And again, I didn't read the whole thing and just went ahead and made some of these. I thought, yeah, that size is pretty good. I'll stick with that. But honestly, it's a blanket. Does it matter if your squares are bigger? So it's going to be a bigger blanket. I'm a bigger person. It'll fit. So, yeah. And I also found out after reading the instructions that for each of these squares, I thought you had to make 4 of each. I've got to make 8. I'll try and stick to it. I forgot to mention the hook that I'm using for the Nature's Walk cowl is a pink one. Oh God, I've got the wrong glasses on. Wait a minute, I have to get down. Here we go. 3.5. 3.5mm hook. There you go. Next thing I've got, or have been working on, is the, I was going to say Woodsiana? Wood Warrior jumper. It was in Pom Pom Quarterly. I'll put it up the correct name. Thank God for editing. And I finished, I think last time I showed this, I was up to somewhere I just separated for the sleeves. Now I'm quite a way down now, and I've probably got maybe 4 inches left to do on the body, and then the ribbing. Not making it quite as cropped as it is in the pattern, just making it slightly longer. I'm an old lady. The whole cropped, I've spent years and years and years and years having all my jumpers go down as long as possible to cover up and hide as much as possible. So even though I've changed quite a bit and I'm a lot smaller than I used to be, I'm still not completely embracing the cropped or, you know, tuck your shirts in, that sort of thing. I still a little bit still self-conscious. And I had to buy some new knitting needles because I'm finding that what I'm knitting with, yarn-wise, mainly takes either 4 or 4.5mm needles, and they're already in things, and I don't want to take them out and no. So I bought some more, and these are, I like them. A little bit fancy. What are they? Knit Pro Zing. The tips aren't as sharp as the higher sharp, but I quite like. They're a good size, tip, and they're a polished or brushed aluminium, so they're not quite as slippery, so the yarn grips on them, and where the cable joins, not looking at it and feeling it, it's quite a smooth join. Yeah, I'd get some more of those. And they weren't too expensive either. I got those through an online shop, and she's from Bellingen, so it's fairly local. It's sort of that way. There you go. What else? Oh, beanies. I think I may have showed you. I've knitted some beanies for a friend who's going through cancer treatment at the moment, and I knit a beanie for me. And yes, I got pom-poms. I was making my own pom-poms for a while, but I've said, wow, look at that, flare out. Whoa, that's the colour of it. Lime green. This is my hand-dyed yarn, and I made myself a beanie. I like a slouchy beanie. I snorted, sorry. Oh my god, I'm such a dag. Yeah, with an obnoxiously coloured pom-pom. Yeah. I like it. I got those online somewhere. You can't actually get them. Oh, flare. I can't actually get them in the shop here. Here being Lower Creek, we've got no shops. Armidale, no, can't get them. I can get not very nice pom-poms up there. I could make them, but I wanted something different. And this one is it's mohair and another hand-dyed variegated. You can see bands of different colour in there. The mohair that I held it double with, it was white, and I wanted to get a pom-pom to go on that. But what? Excuse me for. I'll just ignore this. All this. Oh, yeah, I've got which one? I've got red one. So red and blue? No. White? Oh, that's not too bad. These ones also, the one that is on here has a little elastic loop. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I've sewn a button on the top and it's got a little loop. So when you go to wash your beanie, yeah, won't do it. Pull it off. Probably pull my button off. That's testament to my bad sewing. Can you see that there's God damn. Oh yeah, a little elastic loop that goes around the button, so you can take your pom-pom off. This one here has a little press stud. Wow, how cool is that? Yeah, it just pops off. You sew this onto your top of your beanie, and you pop it into your. It's quite a firm fit, so it's not going to, as you waggle your head around, it's not going to come off. Yeah, so I thought, I reckon it's quite neat. These are really weird. The cats absolutely love them. If you want a cat toy, they're fairly cheap online. They're stuffed, not literally stuffed. It's it's a ball. Look at that one. Oh, I reckon. No, maybe that one's got a little the loop on it. People. It's good, maybe. I don't know. It's got some, maybe. As you can see, I got a few. Oh, that one's not too bad. Oh, that might be a contender. There you go. What else? Grey one? Is it grey? Well, that was a pop. That's a press stud one. That one's a bit bigger. Oh, that one's a contender too, I reckon. Is it blue? Is it grey? Or is it purple? I don't know. Red. And that's a press stud. Ooh. Obnoxious colour combinations? Yeah. Don't know. So, beanies! beanies, 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 and yeah. So pom poms. Are they still in fashion? Did they go out of fashion? I don't know. I've just been online and having a look online. There's a lot of these fake fur. Knowing me, it'll be something that happened, you know, was in fashion 3 years ago and I've only just picked up on it. Next. Oh, excuse me. Now, these two, using the same, this one has been mordanted and this one hasn't. The mordant that I used was iron, ferrous sulfate. This is what we've been referring to as trap black. A neighbour boils up bark from, we think, spotted gum, and he boils it up and it makes a very dark, it's a black, and depending how he makes it, viscous dye stuff. And he gave me a bottle of it and said I could use it to, you know, experiment with and dye. So yeah, it comes up with quite nice greys. He paints it directly onto the metal of his traps to stop them shining in the sun, so feral dogs don't see the bright metal if there's sunlight or moonlight reflecting off it, and they don't freak out. Considering it's a trap, yeah. Anyway, actually, that wouldn't be too bad, would it? Yeah, make beanies out of that. Also, what I had was some very old hand spun. It's one of my first attempts. Single, and you can see that I've got slobby bits, as in under spun, and directly above that, turn it this way, there, little pork screws, overspun in the one thing when I was first learning. And I used this is 100% superwash merino, in a dye bath of, that's awful, a dye bath of, what was it, Engulfra, something or other, apple gum. Yeah, it comes up not a bad colour. So I'll use that in something. Right, yeah. What else have we done? In this podcast, you'll also, you may notice that I've chopped and changed. I'll add bits in. I film bits on some days and then I put them in. Yeah, it's sort of organic. It's just the way I am. I'll film something or I'll take a photo of something and I think, oh, that might be all right for the podcast. I'll put that in. So I'll be in different attire. Yeah, things will change. But there you go. I think I save all of these things up and think, oh, it's like when you meet a friend and you haven't seen them for a while and, oh, I've got to tell you, you know, show you, or you go to your grandkids' place and the first thing they want to do is take you into their bedroom and show you every toy that they've got and the things that they've done. I get a bit like that. I'd like to thank you for joining me. I do appreciate your time. Your time is precious in this time-poor world that we have at the moment. And I do hope that your day, your week, your month will be bright and you'll be happy. Cheers. I have to say, if you want to see a change, you be the change. You live it and then pass it on. Be the best person that you can be. Bye. DP fingers. Hummus. Hummus. Do you want some? Want a bit? Yeah. Yeah.